coping renovation. Dear the pool guy, we have a Pebble Creek pool that is about 30 years old. We are concerned about a 2-inch space around the entire pool just underneath the coping that doesn't have the Pebblecrete, but rather just has smears of rough cement. It isn't coming away, but it does look unsightly. It was like this when we bought our home. We are wondering if it is an issue. Should the Pebblecrete have gone right up to the underside of the coping? Did it perhaps have a ring of tiles installed that have fallen off over time and the previous owners just didn't bother replacing? What would you recommend we do to remedy this, if anything? Kind regards, and thank you for your advice.
Well, if it's a uniform line, then obviously there was something there before, or the pebble came all the way up and somewhere along the way the beam had to be brought up higher or something so that now there's a gap. If it's just unsightly, that's one thing. If structurally it doesn't sound like it would be a problem, but it probably is unsightly. And off the top of my head, a couple thoughts would be, if you want to get into a major renovation without having to redo the pebble, there's a chance that if you could find someone to do it, they could cut 4 inches down in that pebble all the way around, break that off and give you a full tile, which would give you a much more finished look, where you'd have your pebble comes up the wall and then you have your 6 inches of tile and then you have your coping, and it would look more like a traditional pool and a traditional finish. That's probably the best way to clean it and make it really clean. The other option would be to take out that mud that's between the pebble and the coping and have someone try to match pebble in there as well. Or take out that mud and just put a little 2-inch piece of tile. That might be a little more difficult to do, but it doesn't sound like it's a structural problem. It sounds like it's a visual problem more than anything else. And I think it depends on how much money you want to spend to remedy it. The best scenario would be to break out that section and put a tile all the way around it, a full-size tile, and or do a full renovation. And a full renovation would include adhering new tile and then doing another plaster finish over that finish. But short of that, there's no easy fix for it for sure, and I'd be curious as to why that even happened.